Hello everyone, happy Super Bowl Sunday to you. It is February the 9th and I'm coming to you live from Indian Trail, North Carolina. I am Jen Chow and I come live every Sunday, usually at 7 Eastern, but because it's Super Bowl, I did not want to miss it, nor did I want y'all to miss it. So here we are, 3:30 Eastern time. Thanks for joining. Hi, Cassie. Hi, Lynn. And when you jump on, say hi. Hi, Debbie. How are you? It's great to see you guys on live, and I'm super excited about this class today. Although I did, right before I came on live, I saw that this bundle is on back order. It's non-orderable. Shoot to it. It's coming back soon. I haven't checked the actual date. But I know you're going to love it. And so you want to put it on your wish list and get it when it comes back in because it's been really, really popular. So how are you guys doing? Everybody hanging in there? Have any big plans for the Super Bowl? Any good snacks? Seems that snacks and commercials are the big thing about Super Bowl, right? If you're not in with the football. Anyway, well, let's go ahead and get started. I'm excited for today. Don't forget, you can get this class for free with a $45 order. And with all $50 orders, you get a free gift from me as well. You're working on swaps. Amazing. That's a great activity for Super Bowl, right, Debbie? I love it. And so you can get your class for free with a $45 order. $50 orders, you get a free gift from me. $60 order, you get to choose something free from Sale-a-Bration, from Stampin' Up, and they just restocked a bunch of new things. There's a alphabet a la mode die set, which is free with a $60 order, which is all the alphabet, all the numbers, and the little whatever, the little doohickeys that go with the set. There's the bee punch out there. There's a lot of new stuff. So don't forget about that. Hi, Kathy. Good to see you. I'm so happy you caught me live too. Thanks for saying hi and jumping on. I'd love that. All right, so here we go. This main bundle, I'm going to point you down. This main bundle is the mixed florals, and this just went out of stock. This is my Club Create for February. So March is coming up. If you didn't get in for February as of January 31st, then you can definitely get in for February, or for March, sorry. That would be as of March, sorry, I am so messed up. To get for the March Club Create, the deadline is the last day of the month of February. So don't forget to sign up. The link is actually in this post. But this is coming back. This is a fabulous bundle. This is what we're focused on tonight. As well as this mixed labels bundle. This is an awesome die set with sentiments. Now you can use any dies that you want in any sentiment set. Hi Maggie, good to see you. So great to see you live. And the designer paper is incredible. I love this paper. I'm just going to show you really quickly. I cut this down to 6x6 just because it makes it easier. But you've got amazing prints with this. You've got almost like plaster kind of looks to this paper. And there is a embossing folder. I do too, Deb. It is just amazing. Isn't that pretty? Look at the black and white. Now, I've used a lot of this paper, you guys, but this is what I have left so far, and I cut it all down, like I said, to 6x6. So we're going to play with that. There is an embossing folder, and here's a sample of it, and it has like this plaster painting 3D, and it's also out of stock right now, but it is coming back, so keep your eye on it. So if you get this kit from me, if you go ahead and place your order this week, I'll go ahead and just run those through for you in the embossing folder, okay? All right, and then lastly, we're going to use these low profile dots, which are like a petal pink and a real pretty gold, and they're large and small in both colors. Low profile dots are 164658. Again, it's 164658. So, and also for my Club Create people, you guys have coming to you some really awesome, we focused on like watercoloring in a different kind of format. So that's actually a glare. Sorry about that. So we'll be kind of featuring some of that tonight as well. Let's get started. What do y'all think? We put these up here and get organized. Now I'm hoping that my internet stays on the up and up because when I started my live, it disconnected and then it said, oh, we're back online again. I'm like, okay, that doesn't sound very reassuring, but let's see how it goes. All right, so the first card, whoopsie, is this one. Isn't this amazing? I'm also using, I didn't tell you, but for those of you who got my retreat, you got a pack of this Greetings for All Mix and Match Ephemera, and I'm using some of that, so pull it out. I know there were a lot of you to go and several in person, but these are black and white, and then white on black. Isn't that awesome? So these are in the mini catalog. The item number, if you didn't get it, is 164862, but this is for like all things. It's the best. So I'm just going to leave that over to the side. And you can see some of my blends, so we'll get into that stuff later. All right, so here for our awesome card, we are using a piece of our Designer Series paper. It's very pretty. It features the Shy Shamrock, Calypso Coral, and Basic Black. Okay, and then we have a piece of the thick Basic White cardstock, and just burnish that really well. And then we are going to pull out our, let's see, oopsie, come on now, Jen, get it together. Holy smokes, stuff falling all over me, y'all. All right, so we're getting the Shy Shamrock. Shy Shamrock is from the, this is a glare. Shy Shamrock is from the new in colors, and it's the Shy Not So Shy Shamrock. Again, watch for this mixed florals to come back from the unorderable. It just went out. Literally, it was available this morning. I think that's when I checked it, but it just went out of stock. So it's been really popular. So you're going to ink your leaf that is actually in this same print of designer paper, and you're just going to ink it in the Shy Shamrock, and you are going to randomly stamp it. I tried to do in a little bit of, hi Amy, good to see you. Thanks for joining us. I tried to do it in a kind of like a orderly fashion rather than maybe, can you guys see? I am not even in camera. Hang on a minute. I had to move my camera, so sorry if I make you sick. Close your eyes. Hold your breath. Let me see. Is that better? Yeah, that's much better. Yes, Cassie, so do I. It has been so fun to play with. These tulips and the cone flower. Anybody know what cone flower is? I love them. They're really pretty. So again, just kind of randomly stamp and get this kind of covered, right? And then you can see I kind of got it on my table here. Or maybe you can't see, but I did. So I'm just going to wipe it up with my chamois. Cleans up wonderfully. And this is one of those colors, if you don't cap it, like, it'll be on your elbow. Don't do that. It's not a good idea. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to put that away. Make sure nothing else falls on top of me. All right, so we have that. And then what I did, I took the designer paper and just glued it down flat to the Calypso Coral. Right, and is that cool black and white? I love that. That's super fun to add as a background for one of these floral designs. This has been a really, really popular bundle, and in the mini catalog, there's also a ephemera, not ephemera, Memories and More, and I did that as an add-on class to my event. So if you grabbed one of those, you got 20 cards with lots of leftovers. So that was, I know Maggie got that, didn't you? Did you love that? Hopefully you guys did. I know you guys got a lot of good stuff at the at our retreat. You guys had a lot of fun and won some cool stuff. I love that. All right, so we're using linen thread. Linen thread is one of my very favorite staples in my craft room. It's super easy to add to cards and to projects. So I'm just going to take it and I'm going to wrap it around a few times, and I'm going to tie it in a little bow. If you don't have it, it's only $5. Grab it. It's well worth it to keep it on hand, and you can make some really cute little bows and just, and it's very easy, right? So it's not bulky. So then snip it to size, to the length that you want. And you can also go ahead and like spread these little threads out as well when I wrapped it 3 times. Awesome, Amy. So exciting. Amy, did you do 1 swap for the stockroom or did you do 2? So for us demonstrators, we have a big event coming up in March, and it's in Raleigh. It's very close to us. We're all so excited. And it's probably about 400 demonstrators from across the world that are getting together. They have a couple of places, I think one place, international, I can't remember where it's at this year, and then the one here in Raleigh. So there's a lot of demonstrators. And we love it because we have some Stampin' Sisters that we love and we don't get to see very often. So it's quite an amazing time. Okay, so I went ahead and popped this up on dimensional, as you can see, after I wrapped it, and I give it a cute little bow there. And so here we go, the creative swap. Okay, cool. That's awesome. That is wonderful. And so we're just going to layer this up here. And if anybody is interested in joining my team, we have a fantastic time. I have team members all over the country, and we get together twice a month by Zoom and in person, and we do creative swaps ourselves, and we share those with everybody who's not local to us, and we have monthly team make and takes and all kinds of fun things to keep you inspired, and it's just a lot of fun to connect with each other. So if you're looking for a fun outlet, join us. We would love to have you. There's a really amazing joining special going on right now. Looking for my ephemera that I put over here. And that is, you can choose, first of all, you get choice of 2 Stampin' Right markers. Those are the water-based markers. 2 color families. So the Bold Brights, the Neutrals, the Subtles, or the, what is that? Oh, the Regals. That was the other one. So you get 2 out of the 4, your choice, and then you get a free stamp set. And then you also get a paper pumpkin kit for free, as well as you get to choose $125 worth of product, your choice, for free. And you also get a discount. So how cool is that? Isn't that awesome? So anyway, if you're interested in doing that, join us. We would love to have you. So I think this black, the white on black, is really awesome. I think that is just a cool card, and it really stands out. So we're going to do a congratulations card. And so can you see the congratulations? And it just fits right on there. Super easy. On this one I did a you did it. It's a little bit more bold, but I think the black kind of ties in. Because this is small, I'm going to grab my mini dimensionals here. And I'm going to use my take your pick tool just to stab and grab, right? There we go. Hope everybody is going to have a fun time at the Super Bowl party or whatever you do to celebrate. We're just going to be hanging out, having an easy night. What about you guys? Anybody have fun plans? Hi, Miss Deb. Good to see you. Hope you are doing well, my friend. All right, so I put that down there. And again, if you don't have this greetings for all reasons, no, greetings for all mix and match. Get it, get it, get it, get it. It is amazing. Okay, so here's our first card. We're going to go ahead and add some of our low profile dots. And probably going to grab some of these gold ones, because maybe they're going to show up a little bit better. And I'm kind of right there. Isn't that fun? Yes, I love that. And that is card number 1, y'all. Cassie will be crafting. All right, I love that. Amy's going to be doing her swaps. Debbie's going to be doing her swaps. We're all busy crafters, aren't we? All right, so that's card 1. This was my original. You can see that Shy Shamrock kind of showing through from the underneath. That's card number 1. And I got to go visit my friend Lynn earlier today, and that was so much fun. And got to see her craft room and how amazing it is. Just love it. And we were chitty-chatting, and then I showed her a card. I was like, you know what? I'm going to do that card for my live. So we have a bonus card. That's the last one. So this is card number 2. Is that not gorge? Absolutely beautiful. It is very simple, very elegant. Hope y'all love that. I love this as well. This has the little green leaf there in the Shy Shamrock. So we will do that as well. We have a piece of Shy Shamrock scored at 5.5. Where's my bone folder? And I'm also using Poppy Parade because those are colors that are in the bundle. And this piece is cut to 1/8 of an inch smaller than the Poppy Parade. So that will be our front, layered up like that. And then we need a piece to go ahead and stamp our beautiful coneflowers. So let's get started here with the base first, which is this one. We are going to grab, let's see here, one of my favorite neutral colors. It was new this year. It's called Basic Beige, and it is fantastic. Let's see here. Wipe off. Now this is a monstrosity of a block, would you not say? It is block number F. You may or may not have this large one. You kind of don't need it for this one, but I grabbed it anyway because these images are larger. So this is our coneflower, and it fits literally right inside the middle of it. With these larger stamps like this, I take the ink pad and I take it ink to the stamp, okay? So literally just dab it like this, get it fully covered. It's a lot easier. And then I go down on the paper. I'm gonna actually start kind of off the paper, give it time to sink in to the paper there. The ink will transfer. Ink it up again. We're creating the background ourselves. This is a really easy way to create your own designer series paper, if you will. I'm going to keep cleaning behind myself here. But I love this bundle so much. And the images in here, they just make me happy. Not to mention, I mean, like today, I'm actually hot. Can you believe it? It's like almost 80 degrees, and I don't want to turn my air on, but I am like hot. I've been outside a lot of the day doing errands and different things, but these images make me think of summer, and I know it's coming so quickly. It's going to come fast. So I'm just covering these little areas where there's a lot of white space. There's really not a rhyme or reason. And then you can take your chamois and literally just clean it like this. You know, you just do it with your water. Real easy to clean up. And I think I might do one end of the stem up here just to fill in that white space. There we go. And that's what we have. Basic beige on basic white. It's really pretty. Okay, so we'll clean that and set it off to the side. Okay, so Lynn, I know you said you probably would want to get this. I think you heard me say that it is right now just went on back order just before I had my live, so darn tootin'. But we'll get it for you. If you want the one with the florals and the dies to match, that's the one that's on back order. But we'll get it for you. All right, and now we need to take the other piece of basic white. You'll get 2 in your kit, and you are going to do the exact same thing in the basic black, memento black. Ink this up, and again, this is the easiest way when it's on this large block. You have a lot more control, okay? So do that, and then put it in your hand, flip it over. We're going to die cut this out. So you just get it in the middle of your paper. Isn't that pretty? Okay. Cut my ink. Alrighty. And then I'm going to show you a couple different techniques today. So you guys are very familiar with our Stampin' Blends, which are one of my favorite ways to color. This will give you one of the most vibrant images or colored images that we have available, and actually all paper crafting, honestly. This and just regular inks, but this gives you the flexibility of making it more realistic with the alcohol markers. So that's why I love them. You can go over and over and over these images, and the color will continue to like deepen in intensity. And so it's different from the water-based markers like what you get for free. Joining those, you add the water or you add the ink to the paper, and then you leave it alone. Because if you continue to go over, you remember like Crayola markers, you keep going over and over and over, it will pill and actually make a hole in your paper. Alcohol markers are totally different. So the great thing about the water-based markers, I can share this with you. I love those also, but for different reasons. So you can actually take those water-based markers and you can color your stamps. So if you have an image, let's say you wanted to go ahead and just color, you know, maybe on the actual stamp itself, you want to color something red and then something green and something purple. You can do that with all the water-based markers. So they definitely have their place as well. Okay. All right, so I've just gone over this with the Shy Shamrock. That's not so shy. And I've got my Daffodil Delight here, and I'm just coloring these coneflower. You can see those okay? Hi, Anita. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. And I like to go back over the detail with the dark blend. Okay? Kind of gives that natural look to it. And then here I've got Calypso Coral. This is a light. And I'm just kind of going and following the lines, right? And just kind of coloring in. I've got the bullet end, which I tend to have more control with. You may like the brush end better. I know I was crafting with Cassie yesterday, and she's like, you know, I really love that brush end. I'm like, that's awesome. You know, everybody has their own way. And great thing is that the ink goes down very easily. So whichever end you like to use, you can do that. Okay. So, and the other thing about these alcohol markers is that the ink will continue to blend as you put it down on the paper. So in the beginning, it may look like it's, ooh, that's a little dark. Well, it actually lightens and it kind of bleeds through the paper. And we recommend that you use the blends on the basic white or the thick basic white paper. And the reason is because it actually transfers the color so much better than, let's say, a colored cardstock. Even if it's like a light pink or a light yellow, it's not going to look the same as when you do it on the basic white. And two, we saw that yesterday. Cassie was doing something, I think it was in basic beige, and I did it on basic white, and it completely looked different. So, really recommend using basic white. That's Stampin' Up's recommendation. So all I'm doing here is I'm going back over these lines of the coneflower in the dark Calypso Coral. And here I'm going back over in the yellow Daffodil Delight. And then I have Poppy Parade. I have the light and I have the dark. Now, it may look very similar to you. I'm sure it does on the camera. But the Poppy Parade is more red, whereas Calypso Coral has a little bit more pink in it, I think. And I'm not really staying in the lines here. This set, you can kind of just scribble, scribble, scribble and kind of get it on the paper. And it looks great. Even with some of the white, it looks really cool. I'll show you when I get done here. I'm just coloring in the dots in the center of these little, I don't know what these are, these little poppies. I don't really know. Hey Melissa, good to see you. Isn't that beautiful? That's so pretty how it all blends together and you can see the accent. Thank you. You're so sweet, Melissa. So thoughtful. So we will go ahead and take this then, and we're just going to die cut it and get it to where we just have our flower. So let me go behind me, and die cut this really quick, and then we'll keep going. Just a sec. All right. These are really easy to line up. These large images are, but they really are beautiful. Isn't that so pretty? I love that so much. Those colors just pop to me. I also brought over this 3D embossing folder. You can see what it looks like here. It's one of the really large ones, and this is one that's actually out of stock right now, so make sure it goes on your list. It goes with the suite, and you can get it all together when it comes back in stock, but the item number is 164656. Leave that there, and we will, and this also has, did I show you the stamp set? It's so pretty. It has these little ladybugs as well. There's 3 of them. And I love that. And little dies. There's 2 of each little ladybug. So that is very valuable when you are talking to a stamper, right? You can cut 2 out of each one with 1 pass through your die cut. So that is great. So I'm just going to take my background, basic white, that we went ahead and stamped in basic beige. And I'm going to lay this down. There's an 1/8 of an inch border, which is just enough to give that little pop of color. And we're going to lay this down on some dimensionals, which I'm close to needing another sheet. So I have that as well. Let's see how we do. Are you guys all doing well and ready for some rooting your team on? Does anybody care about the Super Bowl? Some of you, I'm sure, do. I always love watching it. Of course, the commercials are the best, right? can't remember, my husband was telling me a stat yesterday, how many dollars each one of those darn commercials cost. Like, that's insane. That is insane. Okay, so here we go. We're going to take this off, peel off the contact paper, and I did several dimensionals. Go Chiefs! All right, Anita! It's their third year in a row, isn't it? KC beat out Buffalo. Wowzers, wowzers. All right. So here I went ahead and also popped this one up. Let me get my new sheet. Oh, I have this one. So I'm going to pop this up as well on dimensionals. I hear my son. I'm sure y'all can too. He is wanting his mama. Yep, I have been watching. I don't pay too close of attention, but I have been watching. No, Kansas City has a great team. Really good team. So, it's exciting for you guys who want them to win. I don't really care. I'm just happy to watch a game. All right. Where are you at, Anita? What state are you in? And then we are going to add some of our greetings. Let's go with the black, the white on black. And why don't we do, what do you guys think? Let's just do hello. I love that. This ephemera is fantastic. Okay, and because it's so small, isn't that a great hello? We are going to use the mini dimensionals. And I take my take your pick tool, that pointy end, and I just literally just kind of stick them, stab them, and grab them, right? And then they usually lift off. Yeah, that one didn't want to come. There we go. And then I can pull off those little papers too, which is great. So here, I'm just going to kind of stick it in one of those little nicks and crannies there. And do some gold. Let's see. I always do odd numbers. So there's one small one. Here's a large one. And here's another large one. I like the big ones. These are beautiful, these low profile dots. I think they're so pretty. What do you guys think about that card? Isn't that gorgeous, Kathy? Love that. And then I did actually have, I feel like I had another white. Let's see. Let me just cut another white and we'll stamp the inside as well. Let me grab a piece of basic white. And Kathy, did you get my package from last week yet? I haven't looked to see if it arrived. Hopefully it has. Got a bunch of goodies. Hope you loved it all. Let's see. All right, so here's an inside, and I'm just going to stamp this directly. We're going to use the exact same green. Let's see, where's it at? We did the Shy, Not So Shy Shamrock. And we are going to stamp that really pretty leaf. And I'm just going to go direct. See, on this other one that I did, my original, I was trying to stamp off and it kind of messed it up. It's kind of hard to see. So we're just going to be bold, and I'm just going to go down 1, 2, and 3. That's better. That's much better. So at least you can see it. I stamped off, but I stamped off using the paper instead. So let's see here. There we go. And then, do you guys like to stamp the insides of your cards? I know some people are like, have to stamp the inside. Have to do it all. Yes, Cassie, this is, these florals are beautiful. You guys local, anybody get outside today? It is so pretty, but I think the cooler temps are coming. Definitely the rain is coming, which that makes me sad. We're so spoiled in Charlotte. And there is our card number 2. Do you guys like it? Look at the low profile dots. They really catch that light really nicely. I love that. St. Louis, Anita. I used to live in St. Louis. Oh, but you live in North Carolina now. Cool. Awesome. Yes, the envelope. You're so right, Anita. I am a slacker. I didn't get the envelopes. Forgive me. Okay, there's card number 2. All right, y'all ready to move on to card number 3? Let's see what we have. Oh, did you guys see? It is beautiful, Amy. You will love it. Did you guys see any of these? So my team lead actually did a tutorial for us. I'll probably do one of these and show you, but it holds all of your 6x6 paper and you can just store it in here. So since I have these already run through the embossing folder and they go with the suite, I just stuck them in there as well. Isn't that cool? And it actually gives you have all of this stuff on the back for all your colors, and it just stores so nicely. The item number is here. So this is a great way to store your paper. Just thought I would mention that. Okay, so card number 3 is a little bold, but really pretty. Really pretty. So this uses some of that really bold designer paper. And this is a regular gatefold that is in a portrait orientation. And then I use some of the designer paper here too on this one. And this, can you see the little detail that I stamped on that? Yes. Isn't that great? You made a few. Awesome. Good for you, Deb. That's awesome. So I love this stamp here. So it's the same stamp with the tulips. I just stamped it on the front there as well. Okay, so let's get started. We can do this one a little bit different. So I die cut one of the banner. The sentiment banners there, and this is our Lost Lagoon. And normally you would do 2 3/4, scored at 2 3/4, you know, from each end. This one I did a little bit different. I did the one end at 3 inch. We made it, Melissa. I can send it to you. Holy smokes. Is it still live? It says it's live. Okay, I think we're back. Oh, good grief. I don't know what the deal is. Let me hurry. Okay, so let me get this big stamp off of here. I don't know why this internet is like having issues these days. I'm waiting on fiber because fiber has already been laid and they keep telling us, well, there's a delay. It's already on the side of our house. What's the delay? Just turn it on. That's what I need. I'll stop having all these issues. So you want to go ahead and load your tulip onto your, what did I say this block is? An F, like Frank block. And you are going to use your Memento Black. Again, the easiest way to have the control is to do your ink in your hand on the block for this large one. Okay. So ink it up really well. I store even my Memento Black. I store it so that the ink goes to this end, to the top end, and this is how I leave it. Okay, all of our Stampin' Up blend or marker, yeah, whatever, the ink pad, it actually stores like this so that the ink is on the surface here. So that's why I do the same with my Memento Black, just FYI. So since I was talking, let me re-ink it because it kind of repels that ink a little bit when it sits. And you're going to literally just put it right down in the middle and give it some time and some pressure. You don't have to like, you know, super hard. Just give it time to transfer and you'll have a beautiful image. You can also use your piercing mat, which I talk about often with the clear photopolymer stamps. And that'll usually give you a really great image also. Okay, just a couple little tips. All right, so now, my friends, we're going to do something a little bit different. So we have Lost Lagoon. We're going to pull out Petal Pink. It's a little light. It is beautiful. I love it. We're going to pull out Calypso Coral, and we're going to pull out our Lost Lagoon for our colors, okay? And we are also going to use this blender pen. Has anybody ever used a blender pen? So this is what we did back like 20 years ago, okay? I'm dating myself. 20 years ago when we did not have the awesome alcohol markers. So what we did is we took our ink pad, just like I'm doing, making sure I'm still connected. And you would take it into your ink pad just like this, literally. I'm just kind of dabbing it and going in and actually putting the ink off of the ink pad onto the paper. Now it is a much more subtle way to color your images than the bolder blends that I mentioned, but the image comes out gorgeous. And so again, this is one, like the Stampin' Write markers, you do not continue to go over. I am doing a little bit just to kind of hit those darker areas because I want the darker kind of down here, and you can do that, but to keep coloring, it'll start to get really thin, like it's starting to get thin on me here, right? So I'm just making this a little bit more intense down here at the bottom of the tulips. Isn't that beautiful? Now all I do for this, so this is really light obviously, but you can use the exact same blender pen, and everybody in my my Club Create, you're getting this. So this is coming to you in the mail. So you literally just take it on your chamois and you just wipe it off, okay? And there's a solution in here. And the solution, you always, just like your alcohol markers, you want to lay these flat. That way the liquid will continue to go between the two ends. And you've got two ends exactly the same. So, and you just wipe it clean until it turns clean. This is clean, even though it looks, can you see, it's got color on it, but it's clean, right? So you're going to take then your, let me do the Lost Lagoon first. So I'm going to take my Lost Lagoon with the exact same tip, exact same pen. Now you can see it really inked up in that Lost Lagoon, right? So I always take it in the bottom and I just kind of swish up on it, and you can kind of color as it's going on. Let me turn it upside down. Sometimes that's easier for me because I like to start at the end of the base and then color that like this. So to me it looks a lot more natural, starting at the base and kind of coming up, okay? But there is no right or wrong way to do this. I just wanted to show and demonstrate another technique that y'all can use. And these little points, they do stay pretty fine as far as the tips versus like the alcohol markers. You can see I'm just kind of dabbing the ink and it goes all the way up. See, it stays really nice and inked up, and you can use different intensities. This is all we used to have. This was like back in the day, y'all. But I still think there's uses for this in the look. It's just almost like another, like a watercolor kind of look to it. And you can spread the ink very easily. So here we go. I'm going to start back down at the base of that tulip. Carry that all the way up. Now, so I've got it all. Can you guys see? Don't you like how that looks? Super pretty. So then I'm going to go back in this and I'm going to get a little bit more intensity here, and I'm just going to go over kind of like what I would do with my dark blends. And I'm just going to go over those lines and just color that to give that some of that definition. And again, this is just following our designers and the way they've designed our stamps, which are amazing designers. We love them. And if you just stay on those lines, that's really all you need to do. Just going over that, okay? If you want to get a little bit more artistic, you can actually go on the lines of these other like poppies or spriggy flowers. I'll do that and show you. But again, it just a little bit goes a long way. I love the different colors of intensity. And the bottom here is kind of wispy a little bit just because I'm going to go ahead and cut it off with a die. There's that, and do this one. Okay, and again, I'm just going to take this, and you saw how dark it was. Just take it and basically wipe it off, and there you're back. Can you see? It literally just wipes off with your chamois. So this is an awesome tool. It comes in a set of 3. I think they're, I don't know, $14 or something. Don't do that. Get your ink all over your fingers. But it's a really good tool. You really only need a couple, right? So, but there's 3 in a pack. Now I'm going to pull out my Calypso Coral, and it's a bit more bold. And I'm just going to just tap these little flowers here. Very similar to what I did in the other one. And it really packs a punch on beautiful color to this image. But I don't want to color it in fully. I'm just kind of tapping it. Really is kind of just lightly putting it down. Okay. If you don't like it that bold, you can actually kind of, you know, kind of like what we do starting off on your scratch paper. You can do the same thing with this as well. Just cleaning this tip off, and there we are, back to what we started. Okay, so that is another really cool way to do your coloring, and I highly recommend it because it's super simple. And again, you can have any color. All you need is your ink pad, one blending pen, and then you're good to go. So highly recommend that. Let me get this other die out here. Let's see, where does it go? It goes down like this. And before I go run that, I am actually going to stamp in our Shy Shamrock. No, it's Lost Lagoon as well. I'm going to stamp 2 of these little spriggy leaves that are in here. The ones we used in Shy Shamrock. Stamp those down. And then I'm going to use those as part of our little collage. So let me go die cut those, and I will be right back in 1 second. Here's that. You guys can look at that. Isn't that so pretty? Turn out nice. And then both of these are very easy to line up too. So in your kit, you're going to get a 4x5 1/4 to go ahead and die cut those, to stamp them and die cut them. And then you'll have another piece to go in the inside. Okay, so there we go. And then I also have this really pretty banner, which I will include for you. But it goes with the mixed labels here. And I put for a great friend. So let me find that one. It's actually a small little stamp. And to balance out the banner, I kind of add flowers as well in Calypso Coral. So we can do that also. Let's see. Let me get my little stamp out here. So it's this little stamp. This one right here. The one we just colored in Calypso Coral. And you're just going to need to ink up like the top of it really, because it's just going to be like literally right there on this side and on the side. Okay, and of course I stamped on my table. Clean that up. Okay. All right, so we have that. Now what we're going to do, what are we going to do? Let's see. So on my original one, I kind of laid this like on the top, and then the other one kind of stuck it behind. And I kind of like how that looks. So we can go ahead and layer that up. Might just do the same thing. Just a little bit of adhesive here. And this will go right kind of in the same, along that green. Okay. And then for this other one, I'm just going to ink up like some of the bottom leaves. Just little dabs of glue. And that way I can kind of layer it up the way I want it. Like it kind of sticking out a little bit. And then here, we will lay that down like so. Isn't that pretty? But we need dimensionals. So, let's see, where is my... These are from a paper pumpkin kit, and they're a little bit thicker. I like them. So just kind of go happy with your dimensionals. This is a large image. Okay. And for the smaller little sprigs, I'm just going to cut off some strips off the side panels. Let's see. There we go. There we go. Okay, now we're good to go. Take all of them off. Sometimes you don't want to put so many down because you don't want to take it all off, right? It's all good. All right. Isn't that beautiful? I think that's so pretty against this really, really bold kind of background here. Okay, and so now then what we're going to do is we're going to take our linen thread. I will not be able to include the linen thread in your kits. You guys probably all have the linen thread. I know I've sent several bolts of this with kits and things that I've done in classes, and but it's like $5. You guys probably all have it. And then we have a another pack of it as well that has white, crumb cake, and black as well. So that is a good one. So I wrapped it 3 or 4 times. You do it however often or however, you know, many times you want. And again, you can kind of spread out these layers here, and you can tie it then. If you need to, you can glue dot the bow down. is like really big. There we go. And just depending on how your bow turns out. Okay. But this is like, this bundle is like super, super easy to make. Beautiful cards, as you can tell. The elements are just really, really pretty. So snip it where you want it. I got it kind of tight, right? And I wrapped mine 4 times. I do want to kind of move it up a little bit because I want my sentiment. I want my sentiment kind of towards the bottom. Just kind of curling that up a little bit so I can move it. Okay? And then I want my bow and stuff above it. So let me go ahead and do some dimensionals here, 1 on each end, and then it will catch the flowers in the middle. So I don't have to put anything in the middle. Just literally put that down. Pull my bow up. Isn't that pretty? There on the different layers and all the different media. I just love it. Hence its name. And then, since I went ahead and put the linen thread on the bottom, I'm going to glue the bottom flat to the card. So I lay it down exactly how I want it on my card, just like this. Take my liquid glue, and I know exactly where that needs to go because I can see where the division is in the paper, right? That way you're not getting glue where it should not be. And then you take it, let me do it this way actually. Take it, lay it down. Isn't that pretty? And I loved what I did on the first one. I'm going to do it again here. So I opened it back up, and I'm just going to lay the top here, which is the smaller part for me. The way that I went ahead and scored it. It may not be for you, but it's the top. What did I do with Lost Lagoon? Did I put it away? I did. So I'm going to take my ink again and Lost Lagoon, and I'm just going to ink up that top part of my stamp, and I just want to go down right to the score line and kind of give it that pressure. Isn't that pretty? So I've got that. And then I think what would be really fun is to also do in Lost Lagoon. I'm going to do a cute little ladybug. Isn't that fun? It's going to be like a monochromatic, so I don't want it to be actually like red and black, right? I'm going to have it so my little ladybug is crawling up that leaf. I'm going to put another one going down this side. Truly a summer day. What do you guys think? Isn't that fun? Can you see that? I love that. The fine detail, I just love that so much. And then here is your card. So we'll go ahead and bling it out. Let's do that first with our low profile dots. Looks like I need my bone folder. Make sure you get that burnished really well so it doesn't pop open too much. Okay, and then you're going to get my, here it is, take your pick tool, and I'm going to use the gold again because I think they really pop on this bold background. I think they're really pretty. I'm going to do one on the sentiment. I'm going to do a big one kind of here, and another big one. They're stuck. They're really stuck down. There we go. one up on that top. Okay. So there is our card number 3. And if you want, from your designer paper, you can actually cut some and put some on the inside. This is like 3 inches by 4. And then you can do your basic white on the inside, which really kind of dresses it up as well. It's just another way to do that. Okay, so there's card number 3. All right, let's see what else we have. This one, completely different look, completely. We're gonna actually step this card up a little bit, but I love, love, love the color combination here. We have soft seafoam and petal pink, and then you have the really nice natural touch of the quadruple bow. Isn't that so fun? Yes, the ladybugs do add something extra, and I love it. I love it so much. So fun. Yeah, Debbie, you may want to pull out those blender pens, right? It's like we all kind of forgot about them. All right, so let's see what we've got. So like I said, I'm going to kind of change it up a little bit. I have a die cut from the mixed labels. You're going to get that in your kit. I have a piece of the petal pink, which is going to be run through the embossing folder, although what I'm going to do here, you will not be able to do that if I run it through for you. But if you get the embossing folder, you can. I just was thinking about it after I had done it, and I'm like, well, I kind of would love to kind of dress it up a little bit. And my thought was, y'all can tell me what you think. So this tulip stamp that we have, this big tulip stamp, I thought that would be a beautiful kind of background on the petal pink before I run it through the embossing folder, right? So you can do that. You can kind of dress up your embossing layers as well. This is a tone on tone, which I really love. Let's just try it. Let's see. So I'm going to get it right in the middle. And it's going to show up pretty well on the petal pink. Isn't that pretty? Well, you can't really see it that well. It's really pretty. It's like it's a neutral look. It's really pretty though. And then I was going to run 3D embossing folder. And then these awesome dies, this one here, there's not a stamp that goes with it. But it's this really cool, like, what is it, spriggy green, whatever. The one that I have here. It's pretty awesome. So I'm going to run that through the what do we call this? Soft seafoam. I'll be right back. There's that. All right. Okay. Let's see how this looks. I have no idea. I was just thinking about it and I'm like, let me just try it. There's no wrong thing in stamping, right? So it's really, really light. I kind of like it. I don't know if you guys can see how detailed that is. You're obviously going to see this image much more boldly, and that's the idea. We want that. And just pull that right out. Okay. This is very wispy. I love this. I love this die. It's big, makes a statement, but it's not too much, right? It's really pretty, very different. And these little pieces do kind of fall out. If I had my brush here, it probably would have just popped out. But, so here we go. And it even cuts some of these like blades of like, it actually slices them. That's part of what the design is. There you can see it. Isn't that pretty? So, I like how that looks. And on my original, I ended up kind of cutting off the base. I think I might kind of leave that intact. Let's see. And if you have an adhesive sheet, probably would be better. So I'm just going to do this. Ink it up, not ink it up, glue. Get it glued up here. And my preference is the, let me show you another tip. I need to be doing this. I don't know why I'm not doing it. You have your silicone mat. You can actually lay it down on your silicone mat and just go to town because it's not going to stick to the silicone mat. When it dries on the silicone mat, it literally just rolls off. So, recommend that if you don't use an adhesive sheet. Okay? So, take that off. If I can hold it. That can go over there and dry. Here we go. So, I'm going to keep that intact. Just lay that down. And I got enough glue on all the ends here that it should be great. And using that silicone mat, my hands are not inky, or they're not gluey, you know, like sticky. So that really helps a ton. Okay, so there we have that. We have our little die for our sentiment. Now I used gray granite. I think I'm going to use basic gray this time because it's a little bit darker, and I think it kind of is maybe too light here. So, I'm going to use Thank You on a block, and it's a really small sentiment. It's perfect for that die. There it goes, yeah, so you can see it much better there. And then for our little bow, so I straighten it out with my fingernail. I want a tail like that. So I'm going to wrap this. My friend Amy on my team taught me this. I'm not a pro at it or anything close to it. However, I do attempt it. And I love the look of this bow. So I wrapped it as many times as I wanted, and then I actually take it around the middle a couple of times. And then I'm going to weave it through the middle here. And you can tell me if I'm doing this right or wrong. And then literally just, I use my table because I'm not that good at it. And I just literally just pull it together. It doesn't really do that well for me. I think I'm not doing something right. Let me give it another tie and a knot at the bottom here. There we go. And then I have something that resembles a bow. How about that? And I always tend to use a glue dot because, again, I don't think I'm doing something right, but I love the look of how messy. It's kind of like a messy, whimsical kind of bow. And I like that look. So I'm going to put that down there, and that kind of holds it. And then literally I'm just going to take a mini dimensional here. And again, I'm going to use 2 of my minis. And I'm going to take that off. And I think I might even just put it like right in between there. Thank you. And then I'm going to cut off my little tails. Isn't that so fun? And I really like how we went ahead and stamped. Can you guys see it? I'm going to get it really close. You can see how subtle that petal pink is in the background that we stamped. However, like I said, if I run this through the embossing folder for your kits, you're not going to be able to stamp that. So if you end up getting this, then you will be able to do that on your own. But it's really, really pretty, I feel like. And it adds something to it. So give it a try. Give it a try. Okay, let me score my card base at 4 1/4. It's 5 1/2 by 8 1/2. And this is the soft seafoam. All right, and I'm going to pop this up on dimensionals. And this has a little bit of a bigger border because it's only 3 3/4 by 5 when we normally do 4 by 5 1/4. So I wanted more of that soft seafoam to show through, again, just to make it a little bit softer and to give it a different look. So, and then put that right down. And we'll do our bling it out here, right? All right, I'm going to use the petal pink, I think. Let's see what it looks like. We can use a combination. Kind of gets lost on that, doesn't it? Let's see. There's that one. I'm going to use some gold as well because that really pops. If your order is $50 or more, then you get a whole pack of these too. So you can use as many as you want, right? How cool is that? So here is card number 4. Little bit of a different look. I'll show some pictures when I go ahead and post this after I'm done with my live. I'll get really close-up pictures on that. You'll see it in my Facebook, actually on my YouTube. It's a little big. Isn't that pretty? Okay, that's card number 4. And then the bonus card is something really fun and very different. So let's see how you like that one. Usually I don't do 5 cards. Usually I do 4. But here you go. This is card number 5. Isn't that beautiful? So let me show you how I did it. Give me some hearts and love. Tell me that you like it or you don't, right? So, all right. So here we go. We are going to start with our basic black. You'll need some materials for this card, but it's really worth it. Trust me. So you're going to do some heat embossing. You're going to want to have your embossing buddy, which is an absolute must, and that will de-static all of your paper so that the embossing powder only sticks to the ink, which is what you want, right? And sometimes you can see it on this black, but it's okay. It's all right. It's going to come right off. Promise. And then we are going to take our large stamp, that the coneflower stamp, and we are going to put that on our block. Okay. Yes, you are so right, Deb. All right, so we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to take our Versamark ink, which is a very sticky clear ink, and we're just going to stamp the ink all over the image. Okay. Now on my basic black, I'm actually just going to stamp down the left side of the stamp. Okay, it's going to kind of stamp off a little bit. I know you probably can't see it, but in person you will see it. Okay, and then I'm going to ink up the top part of this and go down on the paper like that. Okay, and then I keep my embossing powder in these little clear things. They no longer sell them on Amazon, but I'm sure you can find something that would be great. But I love it because, you know what, this whole piece fits inside and it does not make a mess on my table, which, I don't know, for some of you, you may dread heat embossing because of the mess, but this really takes the mess out. Okay, so it sticks to that Versamark ink only. All right, it's really important. So you will cap everything up. Now what I do, we sell the heat embossing kits, and it has a cute little brush. It's almost like a little paintbrush that you can go around, and actually some little white that you can, maybe you can barely see it. But it comes as a kit. I just blow on it because I have my stuff from, again, 20 years ago. All right, so here we go. Now I'm ready to get my heat gun. And it'll be a little loud, but I will try to keep it in the picture so you can see it melt right into the paper. Okay? Gives it a minute. Takes a minute to go ahead, and I do it on the underneath side. I do it on the top. And you want to keep moving it around because you don't want to burn that paper. And you'll see it start to curl right before it starts melting. When it melts, it turns shiny. And you'll just keep moving it. There it goes. Keep moving it. Keep moving it around your paper. If you keep it in one spot, it will turn dull and you'll have to start over again. So here we go on this one. It's literally melting into your paper. And it's hot. So tweezers in the kit are necessary. There we go. You want to check before you turn it off, make sure everything is all shiny. That means it's all embossed. It's all melted into the paper. Okay? So, it's beautiful. Such an amazing technique. And it will kind of bow a little bit. Can you see how this is? Just slightly. I mean, you can bend it back. It's not a big deal. And then you can run your hands over it. It's not going to burn you once it cools down. Okay? So, really awesome technique. Then what I did is I took my, let's see, here they are. I have the watercolor pencils from Stampin' Up. We have 2 different color packs. These are, again, mine are really old, and I still have them, and they're in fantastic shape. So it must tell you, you know, how great they are. They sharpen just like pencils, and you can use them with water. So how you would use them with water is to put the pencils, just like color pencils, color it like you want. You would typically do this on white, basic white cardstock. But today, and then you would actually go over it with your watercolor painter, right? And that would actually blend the colors. But today, I loved this example that I saw with Lynn today, and I said, you know what? I'm going to do it as a bonus card because I think it is so amazing just how the black and this white color pencil, no water, what it looks like. It is just so pretty to me. So you can get really smooth color lines. And it's so simple, right? You can see how these are really, really smooth. The larger pack, let's see here, the larger pack has the white. I'm not sure. There's two different color families in these. Looks like this one does as well, the smaller pack. So one's 13 and the other one is 12. So I have both of them because there's different colors in each pack. So, but they're really inexpensive and they're a really awesome tool that I think you guys will really love. So you can add this onto your order and create some beautiful, elegant cards with another technique, right? It's fun to learn techniques, or even things that we knew from so many years ago, like we kind of don't do that all the time. So bringing it back. Everybody loves that, right? It's like an oldie but goodie. So just color that in. There we go. Wipe it off. Now you could go and actually put water to it. It's not going to do the same thing on black, I'll just tell you. And actually on my original, I actually added yellow to the cone flower, like little cones. You could do that as well. For this one, I'm just going to leave it all white because I think it's very, very elegant. And I cut a piece of this really beautiful designer paper in the Old Olive and the Shy Shamrock. And then, let's see here, how did I do it? I took the same, I think I had an extra. I took the very same stamp. And this is thick basic white. Anytime you use white for the base, you always want to use the thick basic white. And it's the same weight as our regular cardstock. Okay. The basic white is a little bit thinner. Okay. So I just went ahead and inked this up. And I'm going to do the opposite side. So here I'm going to stamp down in the black on the left side of the paper. Again, the opposite of here where we went the right side. Can you see that? We're doing the left side. Okay. And then we just ink up this top part. I'm just going to do that down. Is that fun? And how beautiful is it that it's just black and white? How pretty. Okay, so then I took this and kind of laid it kind of cattywampus, right? And I glued it down. So I'm going to give it a little bit of glue here. Isn't this a pretty card? Do you guys like this? Oh, good, Anita. Oh, good. The oval ones, and they were great. I love embossing. Yes. Good. Yeah, you guys are so amazing. Y'all are like the greatest shoppers. Finding some incredible things. All right, and so this here, I'm going to kind of lay that. And again, the idea is that we kind of see a little bit of the black behind. But we don't have to see the whole image, right? It kind of leaves that, just the where it peeks out. I love that look. Let me get my scissors. Cut some of those apart. All right, there we go. And lay those down. I'm going to put one also in the middle. Okay. Loved how this card turned out. I'm going to go the other way with it again, just so that designer paper is just kind of sneaking out around the corner there as well. And then we're going to add some of our bling, and we're also going to add our sentiment. Let's pick the sentiment first. Let's do a white, black on white for this one, for the contrast. What do you think? I don't know. I kind of think like Missing You. I love this. Or Thinking of You. What do you guys think? What should I use? Missing You, this little tiny Missing You, or Thinking of You is really pretty. There's also a bolder Thinking of You. Thankful for You. I love that. There's Sending Hugs. What should we use? Thankful for You. I think this is pretty. Let me punch this out here. There's so many here, like, my goodness. There's Easter, there's Christmas, there's like Mother's Day, there's Father's Day. This is a must-have. Isn't that beautiful? Thankful for You. I just love that. All right, so we're going to go with that. I'm going to put one of those down and cut this in half, like a little strip for the other side. And we're going to add our bling. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. This has been so fun for me. Coming live, and especially coming early, right? So I'm going to use the Petal Pink on this because it really pops on that black. Just love that. And I'm going to use a couple more. Do it there. I'm going to do another one. Isn't that pretty? That is my favorite. My absolute favorite. Lynn, thank you for challenging me. I love that. Which one's your favorite, you guys? Of all 5 cards, let me bring them all out. I've got a mess, but don't mind the mess, right? We're all crafters. So there's 5. Let me get the others. Here's number 4. Here is number 3. Am I on camera? Yep, there we go. Here is number 2. And here is number, well, maybe I did that wrong. This is 1, 2. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Which one is your favorite? Please tell me in the comments. I would love, love, love. Number 3, that's this one, Debbie. Oh, Lynn, you love number 5 too? Yes, we have to make these, you guys. These are like really easy. You know how you could just like knock several of them out at one time? How simple. Yes, you're right, Debbie. I love the fun folds as well. I actually love this one too. I think this one's very interesting, how it balances the basic beige with the bolder colors. I just really love this suite. So I'm so glad that you guys joined me live, and it's so fun to come live with you and actually share some beautiful projects and different ideas. 2 and 5 for Amy. Melissa says 5. Oh, I'm so excited. I hope that you guys, Anita's number 2 and 5. Yes, I hope you guys do some of these cards. Grab some of these ideas. If you want the card kit to go, I'll send it to you free. It's with all $45 orders this week. Up until next Sunday, I'll send the card class to you for free. You can turn the live back on. It lives out on YouTube forever. Recreate all of these cards. And if your order is $50 or more, I'll send you a gift for free. And then $60 and more, you get another free gift from Stampin' Up! For Sale-a-Bration. So Don't forget all the fun things we have going on. And Sale-a-Bration goes to the end of February. And for all customers who cumulatively have orders with me for January and February of 120 or more, you will be automatically invited to my live Stamp with Jen class. You're going to get a free stamp set. You're going to get all of the elements sent to your house. And we're going to do it on a Zoom, on a live Zoom, and have so much fun. So don't miss it. Happy